What's up, guys? Back at it again, making a quick video here. This one's going to be kind of a serious one. I was just having some discussions today at work with coworkers, younger coworkers, and we're talking about the draft. Obviously, we're at war with Iran. It's a serious war with Iran. They've got serious weapons, firepower, but yeah, a lot of my buddies at work were kind of scared of the draft, getting drafted. So I want to make a video about that. Well, let's talk about this. So, like the name of the video, I just want to say the name of the video. I was thinking about it. So, pretty much, Trump is bringing back the draft, and Gen Z. I hate to say it, but if he does bring that back, you guys are scrooged. It sucks. I'm a millennial. My war, or our war for millennials, was Iraq and Afghanistan, 2003. 2001, 2003. Afghanistan's 2001. Iraq's 2003. But yeah, those are our wars. And from all the vets I've spoken to, all the stuff I've seen online, that was kind of like Disneyland compared to like what people are going to face now in Iran. Just because the game changer here is drones. Drones, 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 drones. Those things are insane. Have you seen those videos? I look up war videos. I like, guns and shooting off explosions, stuff like that. But I've seen some of the war footage like from Ukraine and Russia. I see like people like getting chased down by drones. They're like looking at the drones, like begging for mercy, and then it like crashes into them, like blows them up. Or, sometimes they get spared to give them mercy. But these drones are freaking insane. It pretty much, it's bombs are chasing you. And then you see the drones chasing after tanks getting blown up. So, like, even if you're in a tank, you're not going to be safe. Or an armored vehicle. Like, I know if you're in armored vehicles in Iraq and Afghanistan, like Humvees, you'd have some protection. Sure, IEDs was. See, in Iraq and Afghanistan, you get taken out by IEDs. You'd be blown up, like something on the ground. But like drones are pretty much flying IEDs. So very, very dangerous. But back then you had some protection because it was underground. You could have like some armor underneath you. It might protect you. But with these drones, if they're hunting down people, individual like troops and soldiers or Marines, yeah, your body armor is not going to protect you from that blast wave. It's going to, at the very least, it'll concuss you or just, blow you apart. So it's very, very terrifying, terrible thing that these drones can like inflict upon the human body. But, oh, and also, too, the game changer as well is missile attacks. Look up missile attacks in 2019, the Iraq bases on the US, where the insurgents shot some Iranians. They shot missiles at our troops in Iraq. We have some bases there in Iraq, and they shot some missiles at them. And they all have like severe like mental problems now, like traumatic brain injuries. So that's another game changer too. So this is a war in which the US is actually facing a near peer enemy, a near peer combatant. So in Afghanistan and Iraq and Afghanistan, like people would say online, they're fighting like goat herders or like, you know what I mean? They just had AKs and like sandals and like you're just fighting them. So like there's no way they could put up much of a fight. And in Iraq, they were like fighting a defeated army with just RPGs. Still can do a lot of damage, but no, these drones and missile attacks, these drones and missiles, like that's the game changer. And so, yeah, all my coworkers at work were just kind of terrified, thinking like, damn, I don't want to get drafted. This is messed up. So I'm going to make this video about how to get out of the draft. So just some legitimate ways. If you want to get out of the draft, I can tell you exactly how to do it, the legit way. Because this is what the channel is about. Hacking the system, getting what you want out of life by like, the least amount of I guess, not, I guess cutting corners or shortcuts, but being the most efficient way. Let's put it that way. Being the most efficient, uh, living the most efficient life to get where you want to go. So that said, I'll give you some ways. So number one, conscientious objector. What that pretty much means is if you don't believe in the war, it goes against your beliefs or your ideals, goes against your religious beliefs, you can get out of it. However, you can get out of combat roles, but you might still be assigned to non-combat civil service roles. So you might be like an accountant or some sort of like, office worker, but you're still like helping the war effort. So conscientious objector. So you're a pacifist, you don't believe in war, or maybe it's against your religion. So that's number one. And number two is going to be medical psychological. And this is where everyone's be like, oh, I have bone spurs. Oh, I've got a bum knee, or like oh, dude, I'm schizophrenic or I'm depressed or I'm anxious. Like, I mean, hey, if you really do have those, like now's your time to shine, but it has to be documented. So if you do have some sort of like flat feet or like a bad knee or you're depressed or anxious, make sure it's documented. Now's the time to like keep all those documents, stored away so when the time comes you can present them. So medical, psychological. The next one is if you're in college. So if you're a college boy or a girl, you can delay that until the draft until the end of the semester graduation. So yeah, that can buy you some time. So if you're in college. Number four, hardship exemption. So you got to prove that you being drafted, your induction would cause extreme hardship to your dependents. So maybe you have a family, maybe you have kids, or maybe you have a wife that's very dependent on you, or like maybe you have like a parent or elderly parents. So if you get drafted, they can't they can't live pretty much. They're totally dependent on you and your income. So hardship exemption. So keep that in mind. If someone's depending on you and if you leave and they can't do without you, then yeah, you can probably get exempt that way. Number five, ministers or ministerial students. So pretty much, yeah, if you wanna, if you're, super religious, you're trying to become an ordained minister, students preparing for the ministry in recognized schools, has to be a recognized school, are generally exempt. So I know everyone's be like, oh, I'm religious. Cue the religious music, la la. But yeah, so pretty much, yeah, if you're trying to be a minister or like a priest or a father, I don't know the difference between those things. I mean, I'm Catholic, but yeah, so if you're trying to be a minister, you can get out of it. So those are just some ways to kind of, legitimately avoid the draft. It's legal. If you have any questions or comments, let me know. But yeah, this is, I just brought this up because I know a lot of people are kind of hurting. They're kind of going like, man, I don't want to go to this war. It's not my war. Like, you know what I mean? So yeah, just some food for thought. If you have any questions or comments, let me know. I'm here to help. That's what the channel is all about. I made another video called Job Placement Agencies Don't Do It. So, I just try to help people with, kind of, some tips and tricks to kind of get ahead in life. But yeah, you guys take care. Have a good day. See ya.